Welcome everyone, thank you for joining me for another draft of Bloomburrow. I have not drafted in over a week, so picking up from where we left off last week. Have drafted in store though at FNM, and that's been quite fun. We've been having some 6-person pods, and boy does it change from 8 when you go down to 6. Let's look at what we got here in pack 1. We have Hunter's Talent. Yeah, this pack really is quite bad. I think the Howl is maybe the next best card, or the Fountain Port. I don't think there's a card here that's going to wheel. Yeah, I mean, I'm just spending this time to memorize what cards could wheel in terms of colors, and hopefully that'll help us learn some signals. But yeah, Hunter's Talent is absolutely the take, but not a great pack. But the card we did get is much more powerful than anything else anybody else at this table is going to get out of that pack. So that is the plus side of opening such a poor pack. Not going to complain though. Hunter's Talent is bonkers good. Tough pick. Wolverine. Take out the trash. Root Weaver. Mind Whiskers here. Second Fountain Port is a little bit comical. There's 4 uncommons here, so I'm guessing they took a rare. This must have been a double rare pack. I'm going to take the Wolverine. We'll see what we get on the wheel. Prophet here. Veteran. Herbalist is fine in rabbits. Actually, everything here is pretty good. Polywallop is probably the best card of them all. But do I want to pass a good creature that's a signal? Like, I think Veteran and Prophet both send signals, right? For their respective decks. So if I take Polywallop, I'm sending some pretty weird green signals down the line, but yeah, it's one of these two. I think I'm going to take Polywallop, hoping Prophet wheels. Staying green is probably safest, though, at this point. Could take the Storm Chaser's Talent. It's a very good card. Or we could take Bushy Bodyguard, which is also a very good card, but happens to be green. If I wasn't so locked into green, I think I would take the Talent over this Bushy, but I think Bushy Bodyguard has to be the take, just to be safe. It's not as good outside of Squirrels. It's still okay, but we're definitely looking to be green-black with Bushy Bodyguard. Okay, a little bit of regret. We're going to take the Shoreline Looter now. A pick 5 Shoreline Looter is a signal that blue is open. If we want to do Squirrels, we could just take one of these black cards, but I think Looter is just so much stronger than anything else. We'll wheel maybe this Harvest or the Village. Not going to get anything that good out of this wheel. I guess the Storm Chaser's Talent was also a signal that blue was pretty open, but we decided to stay safe with the Bushy Bodyguard. I don't regret that, but not surprising to see a Looter. Now seeing a Night Fisher afterwards. Spell's safest, but Night Fisher is better. And some other good cards we could take here, but I'm going to take the Night Fisher. More blue. Not the blue we're looking for, though. We have Harvest or a Druid. I think I like taking Druid here. No chance at a Bell. It's also a Shore Up. Looter is worth protecting with Shore Up. I think I'd prefer to have a Shore Up over a Bell at this point because we're not playing multiple colors. We're just in 2 colors at the moment. Wow, Rampager wheeling on pick 9. So this is why you take note, even in a weak pack, of what can wheel. I was not expecting to get Rampager back. And the Root Weaver back on pick 10. Okay. So only the rabbit cards are Prawn Profit. Only the rabbit cards are missing out of these packs from green. So us and one other person's in green at this table as of right now, which is great. Take this. Green Shell. Let's go. I have not had a chance to play with this card. You really only get it when it's pick 1. I don't think we'll see the other Rampager since it's pretty much the only green card for the other green player to take here. So yet again, probably not going to have a good wheel. We don't have to be blue as well. We're still pretty open. Yeah. This is a very tough choice. I think Splash Lasher is one of the better frogs for sure. But Wolverine's decent too. The real question is, am I willing to lock in green-blue at this point, right? Because at the moment, Looter is kind of the only thing that's really keeping me in blue. So I think even though the Lasher is better, maybe I should take the Wolverine in case we want to pivot away from blue. Because I'm not pivoting from green. Okay. Little punish. We're going to take Castrol. Pawn Profit here. I mean, if the other person's in Rabbit, they might take the Spade over the Profit and we wheel a second Profit. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay open. I'm going to take a Thought Stalker. Makes Castro a little awkward. But I think it's still right to take the Thought Stalker. It's that strong of a card. Definitely worth splashing for, potentially in a Flicker deck even. So, let's take it. I think Gossip's Talent. I don't particularly want that Hidden Grotto, even though I'm playing maybe 3 colors here. Cash Grab is pretty good, but hear me out. I think I should take the Host. It's possible that we end up Bant. And if we end up Bant, I want this Host. It's high upside. We're not losing out on much. Stocking the pantry. It can be okay in Frog Flickers if you get one of the green lands, but I don't think it's that good. I think I'd rather just have this Light Shell Duo for the Surveil. Disgusting. I'm gonna take it. I still could be Bant. Nice. Uncharted Haven wheeling is huge because this pack did not have much for us to wheel. Alright, early winter for black. So I think we're locking into green blue, and then we're either going to be splashing black or white. Trapper for the white deck. Bruiser if we need it. Alright. Good blue options. We have the Flood Color and we have a Mockingbird. Do we have enough of the creature types to make this worth it? Probably not. And we don't really have a lot of non-creature spells, so I'm thinking Mockingbird's much better here to go with Castrol. Sending some horrible signals, but that's okay. It's pack 3 after all. I don't think we want a third Wolverine. It's Baker's Bane Duo is kind of calling my name. It's a little late for the Squirrel deck, so let's take the Duo. Really want that second Duo that's sitting there. Another Baker's Bane Duo or Druid. But I think we need to take the Uncharted Haven because I do plan on splashing. Flame Caller's not very good in this deck as is. I think we need to take this Polywallop and hope the Grotto maybe wheels. I might play that Grotto if we get it. Ooh, Lily, Splash, Mentor, and the Plume Creep Mentor. So we are definitely in the open lane, which is Bant. The real question is it worth it? How much white is worth it at this point? Right now, we don't have enough rabbits for this or this. We don't even have to splash Castrol if we don't want to. We can just be a 2-color deck. We have enough playables to make that work. Or we could go 4 colors with the Thoughtstalker, Warlock, and the Castrol. Those are both worth splashing, in my opinion. So we're setting up for a very flexible deck here. At the moment, we have 3 sources for each of our splash colors. Wow, Dreamdew Entrancer, pick 6, is a huge reward. That's massive. Pawn Prophet, pick 7. Kind of gross that the Fireglass Mentor is still in the pack here, but that's okay. Squire or Duo. The Duo is better for our deck, for sure, with the Flicker, but Squire is a 4-drop bird, and if we're running Castrol, I think having a 4-drop bird is a little bit better than a 5-drop bird. Grotto. That's the only thing I would consider here. A second Shore Up is not bad. Yeah, I have lots of things I want to protect. Our 3-drop slot is non-existent. Hop 2 hits, gross. Okay. We'll get a Duo anyway. We'll get 2 Duos. Alright, so people always ask me when I'm drafting 3, 4, 5 color decks, you know, isn't that risky? I always have an out. I always have a 2-color out. This deck would obviously be a blue-green 2-color out. It would be perfectly fine on its own, but I do think that we are better off splashing not just 1 color here, but both. Castrol and the Thoughtstalker are probably worth it. Thoughtstalker Warlock is just such a good flicker target in our flicker deck, and Castrol just takes over the game with flying, and also triggers our green shell and does a lot of work for the Kingfisher, all sorts of things. So the real question is, what other cards besides our splashes are filler? I guess Mockingbird has a good chance of being a 3-drop in our deck. This Thoughtstalker is not that great. Bushy Bodyguard's actually pretty bad in our deck. I don't want to take stuff out of my grave. It hurts the looter. I don't really have food production. 1 more cut. It's got to be a creature. I don't think there's any tricks I want to bring in. We are creature heavy. I could bring in a trick, but I don't think it's worth splashing any of the tricks I have. Like, the Scales is probably not worth it. Could just cut the Squire. It's the most filler card we have. Hurts our bird stuff, but it's not that big a deal, I guess. So, this is a great deck. We got 4 colors. We have 8 of our main, 8.5 really with the grotto, and then 4.5 sources of both our splashes if you count the grotto as a half and then the tree weaver as the extra. So, really good mana base. Shouldn't have any problems. I really think this deck should do very well. Yeah. I mean, Polywallop, it's probably going to be a 3-drop too. It's a little deceptive. We have enough frogs where Polywallop's probably going to cost 3 most of the time or less. It's a good deck. Alright, I'm happy with it. Let's ship it. Turn 2 Looter is one of the best things you can do on the play. The real question is, do I pick a color from the start with my Haven, or should I just save it till we know what color I want to name? I think it's worth saving it till I know what color I want to name. They had a 1-drop as well. Might be worth it just to draw a card in that case. I think I need a Hunter's Talent there, Collector, before it pops off since they missed lands. I do need to name a color for this Haven this turn, so I can be mana efficient next turn as well. I don't want to name blue. But I also give up double spelling if I don't name blue. I can always upgrade my talent instead of double spelling. I'm going to name white. Let's save our druid for after the green shell. I need to draw land though. We'll get 2 cracks at it next turn with the looter. That works. It's good enough. Pre-combat or post? Let's just do it now, so they don't touch my looter. Good draws. Don't think we need the talent here. I like seeing that. That is unfortunate. Double spelling on my turn. It's pretty good. Removal's so risky too. With all their mana open. Nothing I can do about that. They'll kill our looter. Yeah, I guess we do need to draw a card now. And we'll have to druid our skipper, taking 2. Had to be one of their better hits. The problem is if I block with everything, I can't Polywallop and Castrol next turn. I think I have to take 5 here, just so I can Polywallop and stabilize that way. This is really dicey. I can't even Polywallop on my turn. Is the hardest part. It's fine. If they have another spell, we're just dead. I have to risk it, yeah. I had to risk it because if I didn't, then I can't win anyway. I had to have a shore up and Polywallop open. Just fell too far behind. GG. I don't know if I could have played that differently. Maybe. Maybe I don't attack for the drawing the card and leave my 4/4 back. They still kill me with the double spell though. Makes it easier to know what to name for Uncharted Haven. I was debating white or black, but we just drew Swamp, so we'll be naming white with Haven. The real thing is I don't want to play the Haven this turn. I think I want to Polywallop this turn. I tapped out, so this is nice and safe. Let's get rid of their Death Touch. It's a good card for them. Really good value there. Okay. Need to get an untapped land. That works too, though. Definitely not putting that in the grave. So with any luck, we'll be able to Thought Stalker. start getting rid of some of their cards. Okay. I think I need to name green here. Let's lead with this, holding open, shore up. I'm gonna name green, because any one extra land, and we have our splash color for white anyway off the grotto, so it makes no sense to not name double green to be able to cast the Wolverine. Also, it helps with the Lily Splash Mentor. Like if we draw an island off the top, I can flicker my Warlock twice next turn, and so whatever, like if they just drop their duo or stable. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay. So yeah, land off the top and we get rid of their whole hand. I don't think that's terrible. I'm going to take 3 this turn, though. Not blocking. Oh. Oh, that was good. Perfect. Hello, island. I mean, it's a little slow, but I do think flickering our Thought Stalker twice here is a very good turn. Gecko. It's a good one to get rid of. If they're discarding Gecko, their last card has to be something. We're not going to be able to hold open shore up, which is unfortunate, but we're getting rid of a card here. Ooh. Steal a creature card. That's a good one to get rid of. This time if they attack, I will block. I don't really need to mind rot them anymore because if they're not casting the card, then it's irrelevant anyway. So I think it's okay to trade. Nice. Can Wolverine make our mentor a 5/5 and then shore up? Be able to attack in? A little risky using this like defensively as a gotcha moment to untap, but I think I want to go for this to eat a creature. Thank you, it is nice. Nice. Let's go here. This time I don't need to use shore up to eat their flyer if I don't want to. But now that they've played that pre-combat, I will. I was not going to do it. They didn't play that, but now I know they can't have a trick or anything. We're good. It's good too. Yeah, these are forced blocks. I'm gonna play around Season of Loss, I think. Just do this and level this up. I could also just flicker one of my creatures like the Druid, but seems good, yeah. GG. We are on the draw. Okay. The duo's fine. Looter on the draw is a lot worse, but I might have to slam it down later. I might have to do duo the first as a 2-drop just to have a threat and stabilization on the board. Not a mulligan, though. I'm gonna hold the Haven. Might be we have to name blue with it. I'm gonna go with the duo. I will block. I like that. I think I'm gonna get rid of my 4-drop. It's a little annoying. Let's see what they do with 4. Just rummaging. I like that. Okay, let's go. I do need to discard a land here. Okay. No creature value in the grave, but they did get away from drawing into 2 more lands. kind of funny. They've had the squirrel in the grave to bring something back this whole game, but they have no other creatures up there, which is kind of funny. Okay, that's a scary card. I don't think I'm going to wait for the shore up for my green shell. I'm just going to slam it. In fact, we might be discarding the shore up to my looter. It's very likely we're discarding the shore up. Yeah. I think so. Fell's good card. Okay. It's a weird attack. Let's draw a card. Well, nah, let's just slam the 4/5. They have another removal spell. Good for them. At least they're not getting rid of our talent, huh? Positive on that. Except our talent does absolutely nothing for us. Come on. Creature with 2 power. That's not it either. Alright. Well. It does give us something to do with our mana, I suppose. We'll take 4 here if they attack with both. Well, I guess I can still block the gecko with my druid, but I'm not double blocking. Double rummage this turn. If their hand was that bad, I think they should have just activated the overflow, right? Shore up's good to have. Definitely think it's in my best interest to level this up, though, and draw a card this turn. Very good. I could shore up plus Hunter's Talent here, but don't like that move. Yeah, like, I think Overflow would have been better to activate in these situations. They finally have a creature in their grave. Yeah, I think we'll be taking 2 here. Best to just lock that down. Start by drawing, though. It's pretty good too. Let's lead here, though. I could tap down my own stuff to draw cards, but I'd rather, I think, just lock down their Warlock for like the rest of the game. And then we can talent the Daggerfang duo, because I don't really care if they bring that back. Fine. We have Shore Up. Nice draw. Let's level this up. I think we're going to polywallop this slinger so that we can basically flicker both the Prophet and the Entrancer this turn. The Gossip's talent will target the 1/1, and then my Hunter's talent will give trample to the Entrancer. And then they're just living off the top. Let's do the Gecko. Not get greedy, you know? Just level up here and hold open Polywallop. Or we could flicker one more time. I guess we'll flicker one more time. Put more pressure on the board. I feel like they have to activate the Overflow next turn anyway, so. That's good. This time I will tap my own creature. Let's go with the Druid. Well, yeah, the Druid. Good. $12 cards left in library. They should have just activated their Overflow. I really want to read it right now to see if it's instant or sorcery speed to sack it and draw cards, but if they do that now, they have to discard their Teapot Slinger. Let's lead on Prophet. They're very close to dead here. Make 1 point of damage off. Doesn't do it. No, I do have lethal. I can go for it with the Wolverine. It means I'm putting a 1/1 counter instead of killing their Overflow. But unless they have a removal in their hand with that Teapot, it's GG. If they activate the overflow, they don't have any mana to do anything anyway with what they draw. So, yeah. GG. Alright. Interesting game. This is a great start hand. All of our colors. Nice. Easy. Okay. I am going to name white here. If we don't get another forest by turn 5, then I'll be angry at myself, but I just don't see a reason to keep a tap land around. Mess up my curve later. Cast roll in hand, so I know I want white anyway. Okay. Get looter. It's a really weird card to discard. Kind of terrified. Their hand must be really good if that's their discard. Okay. I think I should do this. Druid's gotta go. Pass. That's sus. Let's move to attacks. Good. Dreadful, but I'm gonna get rid of my swamp, I think, actually. Yeah, I think it's right. It was right. Good. It's a card. Okay. I'm gonna force a spell out here. Exactly. They get to eat my profit though, but seems like a good deal for me. Okay. It's pretty good. Can slow them down. Again, I'm gonna discard the land. Okay. It's getting to the point where I don't want to discard lands. This is a very awkward shoreline looter at this point. Oh, that's quite good. I think I still need to discard the Wolverine, though. I need the blue for Night Fisher. Yeah. Keeping the bird win con alive, plus being able to level up my hunter's talent this turn seems right. Hope they don't have anything. Getting rid of Splash Lasher is awesome. I do have a way to cast at least one spell next turn, though. So they can do it twice now. So everything can become... The Mentor can become 4 power. 5 power even? Oof. Yeah, this is a big hit. Okay. Well, let's see what they do. Oh, that's really shocking. Now I have a good double block on the Flood Collar, which should help. It's fine. Let's get draw 2. Let's lead here. I mean, obviously they drew something. Or they're thinking about Fountain Port. I can't believe they keep targeting our looter. I guess we should do this and hold up and shore up. Do need to start thinking about attacking though. They do have me on a 5-turn clock. So yeah. I think we gotta get just a little bit aggressive here. I'm gonna shore up. I can have another blocker if I need it. That's really good for us, like I said. Them making their board smaller is what we want to see. Wow. Letting me attack him with Castrol next turn. Incredible. I'm gonna try and trigger the green shell. Nice. I mean, they kind of have to block. We're just going to let it resolve. I'm going to take the Mentor, since if they have a spell, it'll kill the Mentor. Actually, let's try and draw out the spell. Never mind. Didn't. Just went. Okay. Let's draw a card. I don't have any birds in the grave, right? Play this out. Name green. Actually, I'm gonna name blue. See what they do. We have a lot of lethal threats on their own next turn if they don't kill us here, so. Let's see where they go with this. So they're going to draw 3 cards, and we're going to get a tapped fish. That's fine. Okay, we're going to let this go through as well. I still want to draw that, though. What else did they get? They did that in the wrong order, yeah? Well, I guess they would have only had 1 extra. It still wouldn't have been lethal. But luckily, they're now tapped out. So, easy GG here. We're going to let them target with the binder as well. However they see fit. We'll block, then we'll win on the back crack. Yep, that's fine. We'll untap our green shell here. GG. That was a good game. Yeah, I mean, even if they played that otter first, they only get 1 more copy. I go down to 1. Because they drew it off of the draw 3. They didn't have it before then. Good start hand. I think now that they have a rabbit, I might just run out the Baker's Bane duo so they don't have a good attack unless they have a trick. Makes our Polywallop worse, but not going to be Polywop even 1-1 anyway. So. Okay. Draw a card now. This Gossip's talent is looking pretty good. A lot of good flicker targets on board already. They timed out. Can we talk about that? Just like Gossip's talent's the play. Could profit and polywall it, but they timed out with mana open. They have to have some sort of trick. I'm just gonna level up the talent, I think. The sooner we're flickering our stuff, the better. Make them answer to the board. I mean, maybe they have a Wrath that they're setting up. I don't know. It's possible they just want to crack the carrot cake. I'm only going to attack for one, though. Leave my 2/2 back to block. Weird game. Okay. It's a good card. So they're going wide. Imagine they have Rabbit's response. That was a very good hit for us. Okay. I'm glad we leveled up our Gossip's talent. Because now we're guaranteed to get in the damage. They might be holding up at a counter, though. Could try and bait out the counter with a profit pre-combat, but then we can't polywall up. This is good. This is really good. Okay. Well, they definitely are running Rabbit response with Head of the Homestead as well. I actually think we want to prevent a wider board and don't mind the Night Fisher quite as much. Head of the Homestead would be very bad next turn. Especially if they ever topped a Rabbit's response, so... Let's make their board not so wide. I'm going to keep Castro even though I don't have the mana to spend on it. Just go ahead and draw it now. So, depending on what they do here, yeah. I think it's correct to just level up the talent and keep disrupting their hand, basically. We need to make sure we have green open for Polywallop, though. It's possible they have just 3 lands in their hand, but it's completely worth me seeing it. Okay, that's fine. There's our white source. We could save Polywallop for the Night Fisher, but I'm actually more worried about Strike Force given the nature of what they're running. This is just more mana efficient. I'll be able to lock down the Night Fisher anyway. Now they have to basically play out their hand as they get it, or else they lose it. Don't even have a spell to go get. Alright, it's a good card. So I think I'm just going to make more food. There's no need to lock anything down at the moment. It's a good draw. Yeah, I'm going to make more food rather than draw an extra card here, since we don't even have the mana to play out our hand as is. So there's just no rush. Gaining 3 extra life seems good here. Desperation for sure. Beza. How bad is this? They won't gain 4. They will create 2 fish. They won't draw cards. They don't create treasure either. Okay, this isn't so bad. Just making 2 fish. This is awkward. Let's go like this. It's fine. It's great. Think I still want to do Castrol this turn though. Yet again, we'll be able to sack food. It's a good card. All right. Yep. I think we're still in good shape here. Love to have one more land. You know? That's a land, but I don't really need it. Guess I want to make this guy bigger. Get another fish. Green shell is definitely worth keeping. Alright. Let's just push 3 here. It's fine. I don't think they have a spell. I mean, what spell is in their grave? Nothing. This is so miserable for them with the talent over there. I think this just wins the game, right? In the air. Can lock down their both their Night Fishers, swing in for 9 in the air, and then 2 unblockable on the ground. GG. Mentor will flicker it. Don't even need the green shell or the Mockingbird. That's so disgusting. Very pleased with how this game went. Don't be like this. Come on, man. GG. It's okay. Gotta name green. No hesitation there. Let's go with Looter. Okay. Yeah, we'll have a blue or green. Guess blue. We will have a turn 4 Castrol. Looks pretty good. have their own looter. Okay. It looks like they're missing mana colors. I don't really want them to loot. I think it is worth getting Hunter's Talent online just to get rid of their looter, so that they can't dig their way out of this. And we can upgrade it. No turn for Castrol, but I do think that that's safer. Just making sure they can't draw into their answers. And we deal 1 extra damage every turn now, so. I think I'm supposed to get rid of a Polywallop. They could have some really good enchantments in green that Wolverine needs to take care of, so. I'd be terrified if my opponent discarded a Polywallop. Personally, I'd be like, it's game over already. My whole hand is better than a Polywallop. It's saying something, yeah. I might need to discard that land. Let's move to combat. Again, I think it's safer just to Polywallop than... Oof. Okay, Wolverine. Might be right to discard the Castrol, but I think I'm going to do the Wolverine. We have 2 Wolverines in the deck anyway. I do need to Polywallop this Mentor before they get too much value off of that. I'll run out the land because we have the green shell. I don't love it, right? Kind of pinches my looter into a Castrol or a green shell, which is just not 2 cards you want to be looting away at all. But sometimes you gotta do that. I'll take 3. They might out-tempo us here. This Baker's Bane duo is definitely getting in. I don't have blocking yet. Okay. Let's move to combat. Pawn Profit goes. Absolutely insane. That's a little annoying, but okay. Alright. Taking 6 here. That'll help. It's good too. Duo has to go. I'm gonna play out the land. I'm gonna name Black just to be safe. I think it's safest to hold open shore up. Love to get the food online, but I just don't think I'm in a position to do that. I like seeing that start. Okay. Did you draw anything? You did. They don't have any really good flicker targets. I mean, even that's kind of medium. All right. Good. Good, good. Let's go here. I'm not going to shore up just to put another card in my grave. I mean, I could, but we're so far away from the end of this game. Doesn't seem worth it. Man. Basically just told them I have a shore up in my hand based on auto tapper there. It's alright. It's fine. Whisker's pretty good. Don't think it'll be good enough here. Sack our food. It's a good draw. Okay. Land off the top. Yeah, let's go. GG. Double shore up. They were not going to come back there at all. The looter makes this hand okay. I'm going to surveil for a land. There it is. Good, just making sure. Gev turn 2 on the play from our OP. When you're on the play and you play a turn 2 Gev, it's pretty hard to lose. Yeah. 3 mana, 5/4. Okay. How do I win? I need to get to 4 mana first. could draw with Profit and hope. Or we could just play the Root Weaver and hope there. I mean, we're taking minimum 8 this turn anyway. Make that 9. It's just an insane draw. I mean, our hand's not even bad. That's like... It's the tilting part of this format. Is our hand is good. It's just... They were on the play, and they had a perfect lizard curve out so far. I mean, I have to tap down their 5-4, right? Slow them down somehow. Talent's too slow at this point. I think so. Yeah, we have to tap down the 5-4 and then use Hunter's Talent next turn on Gev. And then maybe Polywallop. Or we're just dead. Unbelievable. What can you do? There's nothing. Nobody can win against that on the draw. GG. GG. Alright. We gotta win 2 more. I've got it. Alright. Naming green. This is one of those hands where Mockingbird is probably going to be a second shoreline looter. You know? The Jolly Gerbils. We can Druid first. Hit for 2. Seems okay. Guess Island can go. Then they surveil in. I can stay. I like this. I mean, it's 2 really good threats. 3 damage plus 2 loots every single turn that can't be blocked is not nothing. It's actually quite threatening. They have to have an answer here for it. I'm not blocking. There's one answer. Let's lead here. That's good. So I think in this really weird situation, I'm supposed to get rid of my Root Weaver over my lands. I'm going to get rid of a land. But I think this is right. I want the lands instead. gonna go for it. If they have a crumb and get it, this at least forces it out. They did not. It's pretty good. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Duo's gotta go. I'm gonna keep the land. I mean, I know the duo triggers the green shell again, but I want to keep the land here. Let's see what color they get. Green. Okay. Maybe they're playing some squirrels with the rabbits. That's a very good draw. Okay. Have a safe attack here. It's also a good hit. I think Pawn Prophet needs to go. I'm gonna Wolverine their Harvest this turn. Denies them 3 life since we're racing, but more importantly, it denies them another land. And if that's important to them, getting rid of that seems good. And if they drop, you know, some sort of pesky talent or enchantment, we can always flicker the Wolverine, because I'm sure they'll target the green shell instead of the Wolverine. So, black. Well, they did have more colors. Weird they got triple green though first. Maybe the swamp was always in their hand. Maybe they have a Yara deck, or whatever it is. Is it Yara? What's the black-green cat? Turns everything into a food. Yeah, sorry, land. Let's get that last card out. Ooh, it's a good one. They're not happy about it. Rabbit Response. With no scry value. Let's go. I don't think I would. I just crack my food. Discard it. That did nothing for them. That was funny. Toski. Toski. It's a good special guest. Never seen Toski before. Not in this format. I'm sure it's still very good, but yeah, GG. Let's go. One more for the trophy? Unless we don't run into Gex Lizard. I think we should be okay. This is good. We'll be naming... Well, am I? Is it worth to name blue early on this? Or should I risk it? Just run out 2 forests to start. That's actually probably better. I'm gonna do that. Okay. We don't need to name blue. Polywallop's good. Let's see what we draw. I'm gonna name white. It's fine. Let's just go here and surveil. Those are also very good. It is my only swamp. It needs to stay. Talent is also very good to draw. I have a land to play next turn, so I'm gonna do talent then swamp. Okay. Let's kill the slinger first. Swing. I guess I missed damage by not polywalloping in the middle of combat, but oh well. It's annoying. At least we didn't level it up or anything. Five-four flyer is not nothing. But I think I'd rather just go here. Attack in. Chill out. Six mana and green red. See something large. That is large. I think I want to fight their token here. And then I don't think we need land. Let's just level this up and start swinging in for 3 this turn. Means I'm taking 4 minimum on the back crack. It's okay though. Actually might want to block the Rampager over the Wolverine just because the Rampager is more difficult for my deck to block in general. Also need to start being careful. I mean, they're at 8 life. Unless they have a trick, all-out attacks are pretty risky. Okay. Could be worse. Yeah, I'm gonna try and offer a trade here. Am I racing or do I need to draw another card? I guess I'm racing. I can have my Mockingbird Wolverine fight their token. Probably name blue here. How much mana? 5. I'm gonna overspend here. Doesn't matter. Only had to spend 4, but I had nothing to do with 2 mana anyway. I'm not even gonna pretend like my empty hand matters. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Uh-oh. They have, like, overprotect. Take out the trash. Okay. Well, that ended up being a pretty big mistake. Now it's a 2 more turn clock. Maybe I shouldn't have fought the token. It's alright. I still think we're in a really good spot. Duo will draw us another card next turn. We'll hit him for 3. I mean, yeah. It's fine. I actually think I should attack him with everything, right? Put him to 1. Okay. A little punished. I was expecting to be able to flicker one of those frogs afterwards, but that's okay. This will still be fine. A Surveil 2 is not nothing. And they have no cards left in hand. We don't need the Druid. Those look great. In that order too, right? Free Forest. Yep. Should be GG. I'll block with one of my creatures, probably. Yeah, good game. Alright. That's another trophy. Cool flicker value deck here. Some birds. Never really got Castrol going, but I think it was still worth splashing for it. Definitely worth the Thought Stalker. But yeah, just a creature heavy flicker value frog X deck. Let's open some packs. Again, I haven't played this format as much as you would think for somebody who runs a channel. Yeah, like, this is my first Beauregard mentor and my first Overprotect. So, yeah, you know. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week for another draft.